Hi guys, oh my god, I missed you. So today's video is about positioning and purpose, and I love this topic because it's like a major part of my life, in the sense of like Paliniko is because of the experiences I had and what I had to go through and where I was placed by God. So I was to start today with a verse. Okay, I'm not finding it, but either way, positioning and purpose. What is positioning? According to God, positioning is where He places you for a particular reason at a particular time of your life that will align with your will, like the will He has over your life. So, like for me, I have a lot of stories. So, the first one, like the first experience that comes to mind when I think about this topic is how I was to go to a different high school, but I didn't go because I chose to trust God over His positioning in my life. So after class 8 I'd passed, I was so happy. I was like, thank you God. And yeah, there was this high school I really wanted to go to. Let me just say it, Alliance High School. Or should I say it? Oops, it's already out. So my best friend and I wanted to go there. Apparently she went there, but me I didn't. I was called to cabs. For those of you who don't know, cabs is my girls Nairobi. And I was so bummed. I was like, oh no, I passed and I did so well. Why didn't I get called to a national school? Well, cabs is a good school, but it isn't national. And by that time, I think hiyo mwaka, hey, watu waliitwa shule vibaya. So I was so lucky. I was like among the lucky few who got really good schools. Like, kama huko umetafutiwa ma connections or anything, especially if you're in private school. Especially if you were in a private school, it was hot calls for you. So my mom and dad talked to me about it, and they were like, we have this uncle of yours over there, he could do some things, da da da. And I was like, hey, that's a lot of hassle. Should I really go through all that just to go to a school? Like, this other option I have is not that bad. I could just go there and, things will work out the way they will. So I was convinced, and my mom prayed over it and was like, pali umeita na Mungu anataka uende, and that is where everything will work out for you. And it did. CAPS was a good experience. It was bittersweet, but good in the sense that that was where I was supposed to be, and I am who I am today because of going through that school and the people I met and the responsibilities I had whatsoever. And there I got to grow my faith. I was a COCOM, I was a worship leader, I furthered my music knowledge and just bettered my talent in music and singing. I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people who are still my friends up to date, and I'm so thankful. Like, I always keep thinking back, what if I'd gone to this other school? Like, there'd be a lot of things that would be different, people I hadn't met. So yeah, cabs ended up how it ended up, and the people I met, like, I remember, like, you see, vile unasemanga tu, me I'm a Christian, but like you don't really know the extent of what being a Christian is, or what believing in Christ is, and having faith and growing it, like what it really means. Like unaendanga to church, to say the least, like when you don't really understand it, when you like for most of us, when you grow up in a Christian home, you're more religious than spiritual. And spiritual is a very like liberal term, so let me not use it. Like you're not in a faith relationship with God, you're like in a religion, or you go to church, you do this, you don't do this. And I think like, oh, second meter. Yeah, and I think like one of the major dawns that is not really that explained is like maintaining yourself for marriage. They don't just tell you it's bad. And that's one of like the major like bad things about religion. They just tell you don't do this, I don't do this. They don't take the time to really help you understand why, and like the spiritual things that go into it. For example, like having sex before marriage and soul ties and whatnot. That's a whole other topic for a whole other day, and I know there are very many options, and people might fight me in the comment section, but feel free to do so. This is an open minded channel for life discussion. So as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like my faith in Form 1, like in high school at the beginning. Church, hey, I'm just there for the praise and worship. Oh, Maria. Woo! And Cabs is so rhythmic. Like it's such a musical school. Eh, pastors wakikuja wako like, guys, you sing so beautifully na melodies na hamo na tuna dance hapo in sync, It's so nice to hear and look at. So I was always psyched for praise and worship. After that, kulala una doze. Like I think nilikuwa tu naamshwa na the grace. But all that changed when I was saying you'd by a friend of mine called Ashley Wahu. She was the choir mistress. Yeah, like ile hata we weren't talking that much, but in high school, like table yetu ilikuwa hapo karibu na high table ya cops kwa DH, and then tunaangaliana like, I know you, nakujua, I know you from somewhere. Kumbe, I think her mom and my dad were friends, and she was also like a member of our church, but I think they walitoka. But ile recognition, yeah, hey, you look familiar. So that's how we started talking, and so she gave me the honor of being in CU choir, and that's when my life took a, about turn. I got born again, sasa ile ya ukweli ya, ukwela, for real. Yeah, and I wasn't sleeping in church anymore, and I wanted to know Jesus more, like do right by him, because I want to build this relationship. When you're in a relationship with someone, you want to do right by them, something that pleases them. You don't want to make them angry, you just want to do your best to make them feel good, and that's what I wanted. So I can deliver from two whatnot, and the people I met, and being a com was the hardest thing I ever had to do, because at some point, like in choir, I had to move voices. Like I went a voice down, I was singing soap 1, and then I started singing soap 2, because I had like an issue with my vocal cords, so I couldn't sing as high as I could. That is another story. Gosh, it was a really hard journey trusting God with a talent you've been having for years, and you didn't think it'd get to that. Like hadi like officials were telling me, don't be so hard on yourself, which was obvious, because the more I was training my voice, the more I was hurting it, and the higher the chance of me like scarring it for life. You see the way Adele's voice is so sexy and hoarse and all that. She's an amazing singer still now, but she's had like surgery. Even I think pia Megan Trainor amekuwa na hiyo surgery. Like I think kuna two categories of singers: those who can sing forever for the rest of their lives and not have a problem, and those who, when they exert their voices too much, like me, you have a problem with your vocal cords. So nilikuwa na one official nilikuwa na one officials ni relax, and that it might be inflammation of walipea jina gani, it's like a disease, lymph. Okay, I've forgotten, but that journey of trusting God with my voice and my vocal cords, the healing process. So saying how hard it was being a com, because my responsibility there was being a worship leader, and being a worship leader means you have to sing. Singing with what voice? Okay, kwanza like when you're going for PMs is like prayer meeting in the morning, and my voice is there like, who I talking in the middle of the morning, and you have to lead worship. It was a struggle. Sometimes inatokea smoothly without no effort, and I'm like, at other times, oh my God, like it used to take all of my mental energy. At first, when I was saying you would like, that is given the post, and like it was handed over to me, now do it. It's up to you. It's your reign. I was like asking God, why was I senured with these issues that I have, with this problematic voice? But God remained faithful, and I grew so much out of that, and I can't take back that experience for nothing in this world. Like I wouldn't do it differently. Yeah, okay, some things I do differently because I learned and I made mistakes, of course, but I wouldn't go back in time and say that I wouldn't like to be a com. Yeah, and basically hizo stories zote, to sum it up, is just to show you examples of how God works with you. Like I don't know if I'd gone to Alliance, if my faith in God would have been strengthened in that manner, because their whole system, thanks to my best friend and her information of comms and all that, is not as, I don't want to sound like I'm throwing shade, but you see, like in Cubs, comms are seen as good people, but in Alliance, they are not. They are seen like hoodie two shoes and hoodie Joes when you're not holier than other people, and that was not the case. You see, though akukosanya watu wenye wanadhaningi, we portray ourselves as better than other people, but ours was better received. Yeah, you get, and choir and being in strangers, and especially the people I met. Yeah, like God worked in me, like those responsibilities and those experiences that I had, like being in choir and traveling and singing, and that exposure and that training that I got, that furthered me in my talents, in my confidence, in my leadership skills and whatnot, and in catering and handling food, because I was caterers for choir 2017, 2018. Hey, I still remember these things. Yeah, they made me who I am today, and I don't think that if I'd gone against God's will, that things would have been so good, like good in the terms of I wouldn't have been going in alignment with God's will for my life. Like it will have taken longer for me to be where I am today, you get. And then comes campus. Hey, is a whole testimony, because even me passing is a whole testimony. Like I remember in during KCSE, like I loved bio, it was my favorite science, and my index number was not the best. Haikukuwa among hizo za kwanza, so I didn't make to be in the first hall, like exam room. So I was in room 2, and it was a class, it was not a hall like the first one. And we had this invigilator who was a former teacher of CABS, alitwa was also a little pair, a little guide. What can I say? She guided us through, because our bio teacher was a very big person in like neck and setting biopracs and whatnot and exams. So he had given us like guidance on read this topic and read this topic but ni topics mingi, hata kikwambia read this topics and read this topics hauwezi kumekava zote by the time the exam comes, like being thorough, because see two topics to the form 4 or whatever, ni like the whole high school. So that morning, I think ilikuwa paper 2, the one with the essays. Then also before the exam comes, I'm like, hey, you are my girl, there was once a teacher here, so kama kuna mtu akona any questions, uliza. So me, I was like, hey, thank you Jesus, God is a good father fighting for my battles. I was like, kuna hii topic sijapitia vizuri, let me just ask her. So nikainua mkono nikamuuliza hiyo question, she went through it, it was an easy question, and then the paper comes, that question is there. Even though nilikuwa in my mind kwa exam room, light ina fluctuate, sorry for that guys. So I was so happy I saw that question, because this other one I knew it, but nizile F's zilikuwa the first question A, B, the first one I knew it, so that was 15 marks, but this other part for 5 marks I didn't know it. And this other question I knew those all come to explain that I'd asked, I remembered most things. So I was like, let me do this, and I was like, oh, God. So that's how I got a good grade in bio, and despite other funny grades in other subjects like mathematics, but it was good enough to get me to campus. I was happy about that fact, but it took me some months to accept my grade, because I was like, how did I get this? I worked so hard. I don't think this is what I should get. Like I thought, like I think how most people feel, their work hard does not amount to their grade, and they're like so beat up about it. Don't be so hard on yourself, hiyo grade yenye umepata ndo itafungua milango, regardless of how worthless you think it is. God knows. Then like he's the manufacturer of your life and the universe and everything. There's nothing inampita tu hivi under his nose. He knows. So hiyo grade yenye unaweza kuna complain, be grateful about it, and that is one lesson I learned, because with that grade that I got, it opened me up to certain careers. Yes, I was passionate about them, but I really didn't think I'd do them, like, or choose them for COOPs in Kenya, that is for the placement of the universities. But that grade opened up a whole new world of, what can I say? I did not end up doing the dream career that I had, but hey, my thoughts. hiyo grade nilipata ndo ilinipatia my dream career. Like maybe God gives you something that you need but you didn't think you, something that you needed but you didn't think you want. Inakwanga hivyo, yeah, something like that. So I ended up doing psychology and also about positioning. At first, I really wanted to go to JQuat. So all these other courses of mine, second, third, fourth choice, JQuat. But the first choice was KU, and that is where I am of now. I think most of you know. And for those who don't know, that is Kenyatta University. And like this, I was like, oh no. I was like, oh. But I was like also remembering on how God secured me in my positioning in high school, and I was like, hey, God worked his plan in CAB, so he'll work his plan in KU. I don't know why he's sending you in KU, so why should I change it and go to JQuat? Despite the fact that my boyfriend at the time was going there and my best friend was also going there, so I was like, oh God, I'm left out. But at least I had close friends also who are going to KU. But I was bummed because I was like, hey God, we had a plan, I wanted to go here and people I love are going there, so why am I here? But I'm so glad I'm in KU because kama ningeenda JKUAT ningekuwa nafanya sijui courses zingine hapo, sijui genomic sciences, medical biochem, yuck! But now I'm doing the psychology that I love so much. Like inakuja so naturally to me because I love interacting with people. I like helping people. Psychology is also a science and I like sciences, but it also has a social aspect to it. That's why it's called a social science. And I trust God in everything. Like, Lord, I trust you. I don't need to understand. Like, if you trust God, you need just to let go of those fears, and it works. Like recently I was praying about this thing that has been troubling me for some months. I'm not even kidding. And finally, I was like, God, mimi nimechoka. I can't do this anymore. I'm letting this issue into your hands. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting that person go. And God was faithful. I feel like a burden was lifted off my shoulders, and everything is working out, even though I may not see it. Even with this quarantine and with this corona, things are working for the good of those who love the Lord. And just trust God. Even if you don't have that relationship with Him yet, it's a work in progress. You can just keep on working at it. You can pray anywhere, anytime. A simple prayer. Si lazima ikuwe holier than thou with big words, It starts with a single step, like baby steps. So I hope that was informative and helpful and entertaining, because a lot has gone into making this video. You don't want to know. So bye guys.